Hi, I'm John from off-road.cc, and in this box here is something rather exciting for anyone that thinks that drop handlebars and dirt go hand in hand. Yep, it's the new Fox AX, which stands for Adventure Cross. So, without further ado, so basically what this is a modified 650B mountain bike cross-country fork that's been stepped down to have just about 40mm of travel. So they've done that by reducing the air spring and other bits of jiggery pokery. Part of the reason that they've done this is that the guys at Fox themselves were sort of like big into their gravel bikes and wanted something a little bit more capable for like their lunchtime rides. So they basically went to the parts that they already had kicking about, namely their step cast fork, and just messed about with it until it works. So if you're familiar with their line of mountain bike forks, there's really nothing new here apart from it just being dinky at travel. So basically inside there you've got their Fit for Seal damping cartridge. So that gives you three positions, which is one is fully open, next is sort of like a platform one for sort of pedaling stuff, and then there's a full lockout. In the open position you do get 22 clicks of low speed compression. To be honest, with 40mm of travel, I really don't think you're going to need to mess with that much. You're probably going to be an open or locked sort of thing. But then again, on this side, you've got an adjustable air spring. So again, you can tune that for rider weight, rider conditions, whether you want a stiffer fork or a softer fork. And it's also compatible with their volume spacers, which I think also fall into the probably won't need it on this, there's just not enough travel. One of the cool things though is this does use their new Evol spring, so it should actually be pretty supple off the top. Other features, so in there you can fit in a 700C wheel with a 40C tyre. You can also fit obviously a 650B wheel with, like say, 2.1 or 41C if you want to call it that. So to be honest, you've got most of your bases covered. Down the bottom it's got a mountain bike style 100 by 15 skewer. It also uses this nice lightweight K-bolt thing, so you need a tool, you need a 6mm Allen key, but it's not really the end of the world. Brake mount, that's a 160mm post mount, which I don't think gravel bikes run rotors bigger than that, so that's perfect. Yeah, so all in all, it's rather interesting. The only real rival this has at the moment is, of course, the Lauf Grit, which is a fork, but isn't really a suspension fork in the conventional sense of the word. Again, it doesn't have an air spring, it doesn't have damper, it's basically two composite forks linked by little leaf springs, hence Lauf. Which means that although you do get some up and down bounce, you don't really get damping in the traditional sense of the world. Dave Arthur from Road.cc has actually got one of those forks that he's been riding for a while. He did the Dirty Reaver on it, so it's going to be really interesting to see what he makes of that, especially back to back with this thing. Again, the only real issue for anyone that already owns a gravel bike is that when you add this in, you're going to have some clearance issues potentially with this bit hitting your down tube at full lock. They have tested it on certain bikes, apparently with a few 9ers it's absolutely okay, but I think with a lot of traditional gravel bikes you might run into issues if you just want to bolt this on. The other one, of course, is that the axle to crown is longer, so that's going to skew your geometry a little bit. They reckon that if your geometry on your gravel bike is slacker than a 69-degree head angle, then when you put this fork on it, it's going to behave quite oddly. So of course what we want to do is throw it on the scales, which I have here. I've no idea how much this is going to weigh because I've not tried it before, so we will see. Kilograms. Oh, see that? It settled it on being 1.42, so 400 grams. That actually seems very heavy. I'm gonna measure that again. That's better. 1.39 kilos. So again, I don't think that's any lighter than the standard step cast fork, which is kind of obvious because they've not done anything apart from take away a little bit of the air spring inside here. You basically cut down the shaft and then that's that. The Lauf, that weighs, let me check my notes, that weighs about 960 grams. So again, the Lauf is a bit lighter, but on the flip side, this is adjustable for rider weight and has genuine actual damping. That said, we're going to be really keen to get out and ride it, so check back for a proper review soon. Right, bye-bye.